A quick reminder, I am not a financial advisor. Always do your own research before making any investments or seek an actual financial advisor. Also, there's a part in this video where I mentioned the golden cross and a death cross. That is with the 50 and 200 day moving averages. I just wanted to clarify that. And now on with the technical analysis. Okay, so the last video I said we were probably going to travel range bound for a little while. I mean, I guess technically we are, just not within this. Hold on, just not within this range. See, after we had this little bit of a dump, we pumped again. So we put in we had a bullish engulfing, kind of like we did down here and down here, except this time we didn't pump like we did the last time. However, where we are at is still good as opposed to where we've been, mainly because we are outside of this downtrend that we've been in. We're outside it again, but this time we've actually been using this as support. Now the next thing that we need to get above is this 200 daily moving average here. As you all know, the significance of the 200 daily moving average. If we're below it, technically we're in a bear market. If we're above it, when we break every time we break above it, we usually go on a bull run. But I mean, that hasn't necessarily been the case recently, because last time we did break above it, but we ended up falling right back down below it. But of course, if you go back to the beginning of the 2019 or the mid 2019, freaking actually get us there. That time we broke above it. We stayed above it. We went all the way up to $13,000, $14,000, wherever. So that's the next level I'm watching for, is the 200 daily moving average. Also, I mean, this really doesn't have too much significance to me. We did have a death cross back there, but if this means anything to you, and you should note that we are on the verge of putting in a golden cross. That's probably, it might happen roughly end of this month, beginning of next month, at the current rate anyways. But of course, if we pump, that could happen sooner. Okay, something else I gotta show you guys, and that is the BitMix Funding and Premium Index. And that is the index that basically tells you whether the longs are paying the shorts or the shorts are paying the longs. Now, as every time Bitcoin jumped in price and it seemed to hit resistance, we went positive. And at that point, longs started paying the shorts, and so we dump, shorts start paying the longs. We pump, longs start paying the shorts. And of course we dump, and so forth. And so basically, you can see that we have a pattern. It's in the form of a square wave. Now, this pattern is actually you can only see it happen during this downtrend. But before the downtrend, when we were pumping, this wasn't in a noticeable pattern. It was kind of just screwing up. It fluctuating. It wasn't in the form of any type of pattern. It was just going wherever the hell it wanted to. And so that's another way I'm actually using this indicator, to see if it keeps shape, to see if it keeps holding the same pattern. And that may be a good way to tell whether the market as a whole is kind of like changing shifting momentum in a different direction, or if the pattern that it's been in is breaking. And so what this is telling me is that it is in fact breaking, because a square wave comes to an end halfway through, no, just over halfway through our inverse head and shoulders here. It breaks up right here. It goes towards, it goes back positive, but it doesn't quite go fully into the positive. It just stays neutral and kind of just fluctuates. And so to me, that is a broken pattern. And so that means there is change coming. And so we pumped, and we ended up breaking above this resistance here, and now we've actually found a support right here. This is telling me that we're going to start going in a different direction, and I don't think the direction is down anymore. I mean, I know that's not necessarily the way you use an indicator. The indicator is just telling you whether the longs are paying the shorts, but the indicator is showing me that the pattern is breaking. And yeah, so you can take this however you want it, but that's what I see. That's all I got for you guys.